Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I want to wish everyone bright blessings for 2024. Happy New Year! You know, a new year is like a clean slate, and a lot of folks they like to set goals and New Year's resolutions and start off with a healthy, productive new year. But a lot of artists like mixed media artists or planners or junk journalers, they like to come up with like a word, and they're going to use this word to help them in their art expression, maybe for inspiration for what they're doing. It could be serve a purpose and passion. Maybe intuition, just to help your intuition get started on the new year. It could have meaning, it could bring meaning like throughout your work for the whole year. So have you thought of a word for 2024? Well, I came up with my word, and I'm going to share that with you in a few moments. And the interesting thing about choosing my word was the word sort of led to a concept, and this concept gave me a number and also a color, and the color led me to a symbol for the year and also a stone for the year. So I'm going to explain all that, but first, you might remember in the last video that I was working on doing this double flip thing, and this is going to be my page in which I'm going to put all that down on. And I started working on it earlier today. Now, I did turn on the camera for a few minutes, so I'm going to take you back and show you a little bit about how I put the flip together, and then I'll come back and we're going to focus on my words and my concepts and my symbols and all these things that I chose for 2024. Come on along. I glued these two pieces of paper together, but put the Tyvek, the piece of mailing envelope, in between the two. And I was distressing this with a little black ink around the edge. I don't always do this, but sometimes I do, because these are basically darker colors, and the white was just a little distracting. Tone it down a little bit, like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, just toning it down. I rounded two corners on this one. This one is going to flip up like that. I did the same thing as far as gluing with the front two pieces. I glued them together with the Tyvek in between, and now I'm sort of putting this whole thing together. I've already glued the mailing envelope onto the back. This piece will be glued down to the journal page, and now I'm going to glue this piece here so it will open 1, 2, and then you have 3 here. So my task right now, put a little glue on here. I'm using the Beacon Fabri-Tac on the Tyvek because it's very plasticky. Glue stick doesn't hold it very well at all. And then that's going to go back here. Okay, I'm going to let this dry for a second. Now on the journal page here, you can see I've already glued a magnet right there. Now I'm going to work with 2 different kinds of magnets. This little one, but thick, is a Curiously Strong magnet. I got these on Amazon. I can link that below. And then I have these weaker magnets. Now 2 of these together are really, really strong. So if you're doing like thick layers, like say packaging like this, and you want to put a magnet on several layers of cardboard, this will definitely work. 2 of these. But if you just have a few layers of paper it's a little bit of an overkill. So I use one that's a little weaker and then one strong one. And this will go like that. And I was thinking of putting something there, but you know what? This silver magnet kind of matches all these sparkly silver stars. So I might put like a little something. I'm not going to cover it completely like sometimes I do, but I might put a little, I don't know, star or moon or something right in the center of that. But I really do like the way it looks being silver, and the other one is going to be hidden, so I'm not worried about that. So now how do I make sure I get the magnet in the right place? Well, very easy to do. First you have to glue this down. And again, I'm going to put Fabri-Tac where the mailing envelope is, like this. And that'll hold it very secure. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue stick in the middle, hold that flat. And then I'm going to put a little bit of tacky glue, just a little bit around the edge. Not a good idea to mix the tacky glue on top of the Fabri-Tac. No, that doesn't work very well. Don't do that. It gets globby and yucky. It gets yucky. Don't like to mix your chemicals. All right. I'm just going to put this down about where I want it on the page, which is right there. Okay, now we've got that magnet there. Sometimes you could put them on this side. Works really well, but I didn't do that for this. So this is going to be poking up, but that's okay because I'll put something there. No problem. And all you do is take this magnet and throw it on there, and it shows you exactly where it's supposed to be. Like right there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on that. And get it pretty close here. Put it close and it will find its own spot. It'll go right to where it's supposed to be. There. Okay, let's let all of this dry for a while before I do my journaling there. Well, now I am ready to decorate each part of that flip with information about my word and color, etc., of all the things I chose as symbols for 2024. Now, do I have to stick with these things for the entire 12 months? Not really. Maybe this will just be a seasonal thing. You know, some people work in a yearly cycle. Some people work more seasonally, like a 12-week cycle, maybe break the year up. I think these concepts and colors and things that I picked are going to work wonderfully from now, maybe through the spring. When summer comes, I might want to change it up a little bit, maybe not. It's okay. If you choose a word for the year, right? It could be for 12 months, but it doesn't have to be. So don't feel like you get locked into something because, you know, life changes, things happen, and all of a sudden when spring comes, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, when fall comes, you might want to change it up a little. That's okay. I know there's videos out there about choosing your word for the year. And, you know, people make lists of things that are going on in their life and their goals and things they want to obtain. They might meditate on it. Oh my gosh, make vision boards, do all kinds of things. How did I get my word? It just popped up in my head. It just popped up in my head. Yeah, and that idea sort of led to another idea. And my word of the year is believe. Okay. And I'll explain how the word believe led me to these other concepts as I go along. So I'm going to spend some time now gluing things down on each part of the flip, and I'll talk about what's on that flip as we go through it. I think that'll just be a lot easier, give you a visual reference with what I'm doing and what I'm thinking too. So let me bring you a little closer over here, and we'll get started on gluing some things down and talking about everything that I have ready to go for 2024. So my word is believe. And what does that mean? It means to find the magic in every moment. Keep your sense of awe and wonder and just appreciate the little things, whether you're watching the flicker of a candle or smile on a child's face or smelling a rose or what the air smells like after it rains, or watching a bumblebee on a flower. It doesn't matter. It's just stop, feel gratitude, appreciate the little things in every moment. And underneath, I added a little quote. I believe in the universe. Now, why did I add that? It's because I wrote believe means to find the magic in every moment. And I was thinking, years ago, I had taken a course with Joanne Sharp on lettering, doing fun lettering. And I remember that one lesson we did, for some reason, oh, look at this one. Follow your star. That was a fun one. And for some reason, I did one that was, I believe in the universe. Now I know it's in here. Give me a sec. I believe in the universe. I have two different versions. This was the first one. I like the tree. I like the way I wrote universe. Wasn't really sure about believe. It was a little hard to read, but this is years ago, and I did write I believe in the universe. I put a date in here. I should date things. I am terrible about dating things. Yes, 2016. So this was back in 2016. So that was quite a while ago. This is my second version. I like the little extra thing over there, whatever that is. Decoration with oak leaves. And I got a little acorn there. Should have moved it over this way a little bit, but that's okay. Just learning, just learning. I believe in the universe. I guess that was on my mind years ago. I believe in the universe. And I kind of took this concept and came up with this one. So this would be Possum Patty's poster. I believe in the universe. But then we have Patty Possum. This is Patty Possum, little Patty Possum there. And I love this tree and the little possum hanging there. And she said, I believe in trees. Because, possum's world is a little bit more narrower than probably a human's, right? And they definitely believe in trees. And I love this so much. If you watch my old videos, I actually use this at the end with the scrolling credits. Now, this is all done in magic markers. But this was a lot of fun. So, Patty Possum believes in trees, but Possum Patty believes in the universe. So I added that on there, and I wanted to come up with a graphic. So my graphic, I'm knocking things around here. I decided to put sort of like a universe picture in the background, and then the infinity symbol. And we'll get more into that in a minute. And the word believe. And I just printed this out on glossy cardstock. I'm going to put that there. And then magic. I'm thinking magic. It's like this needed something else. So I had these little gnome elves, and I thought maybe I would just add them on over here. I did use them on the opposite page. The little gnomes. And that was on the journaling card over there. And I saved these larger ones. And I think I'm going to add them on there like that. So that's going to be the first page. Let's go ahead and get this glued down, because already I can see things are traveling around the table here, because I have a lot of little parts. A lot of little parts. How was I going to do this? All right, so this has got to go down first. And maybe, whoops, maybe a little glue stick in the middle. Maybe a little tacky glue around the edge. So I want this at the top. And this has got to go this way. I'm going to put it a little off center because of the magnet there. Okay, I like that. I like that. I'm going to put that up there, and this is a little bit of cardstock. I might do the same thing, just put a little glue stick in the middle. Mr. Possum's in the other room, but I can hear him yawning. Sometimes you can hear him sneezing. Sometimes you can hear him yawning. I'm going to put that at the top. And then I'm going to put my little guys here at the bottom. I shouldn't spread the glue with my finger, because you know, then I touch everything. And I just thought these little gnomes add a little magic to the page. Give you something magical there. Find the magic in every moment. The universe is my concept. I believe in the universe. That is my concept. And the number that I came up with was 8, because it looks like the infinity symbol when you turn it to the side. So I'm going to put that on this page. And I put down for infinity, you know, that symbol of infinity. The symbol of infinity is like, represents, you know, like never-ending, infinite love and energy, right? And so I put infinite love and energy. And I'm going to glue these down somehow. Sometimes I like to put one thing straight and the other things a little. I can always cut that too at the top if I wanted to. I just didn't want to make everything all straight like that. I just, you know, wanted to give it a little, give the page a little movement by putting them at an angle, like something like that. I almost want to run that off at the top. Maybe like that. I'm going to put this one down first. Put the little tag down first. And I just cut out bits of scrapbook paper and used my Signo Uniball pen to do some of this writing, because the paper is dark blue. And people say, what does that even mean, believing in the universe? What does that even mean? Let's see how that looks with that cut there. Probably means different things to different people. So I have two completely opposing views of believing in the universe. And I believe in both of them at the same time. And the first one is that when you consider the vastness of the universe, that just goes on and on and on, rapidly expanding universe. Some scientists say it may not be infinite, but it might as well be, right? It is just so huge. It might as well be totally infinite. That, you know, when you look at the vastness of the scale of everything, and then how we are such a tiny, minute part of the universe, you know, does what we do really matter in the universal scale of things? Does what we do really even matter in the universal scale of things? We are just so small and insignificant when it comes to the size of the universe. Now, don't panic. I'm not done yet. I'm not done with that thought yet. So stand by. I'll finish explaining that in a minute. And what I'm putting here is that blue is associated with connecting to the universe. Now, I had already chosen the color blue for the year, and that went back to when I redid this December daily journal in blue. So I've been talking about blue for a while. But when I looked up the meaning of the color blue, and it came up with blue is associated with connecting with the universe, I was like, whoa. I hadn't even thought of that before. It is also the color for, I think, wisdom and knowledge. But I have been talking a little bit about blue being my color, so I just glued that down on this part. All right, I'm going to give you my next thought on the universe. Now, my next thought on the universe is completely opposite of what I just said. And like I said, I believe in both of them at the same time. Now, this is that every single collision of every atom, dust particle, formation of planets, and everything that you believe in and how the universe was formed, ever since the beginning of the universe, every single interaction of everything has happened in a special way that brought to the universe you. You are so special and so meaningful and to the universe because you are the result of everything that has come before you. Everything since the beginning of time has led to your creation. So how special is that? How special is that? On this page, I cut up this postcard that came in Happy Mail the other day from Denise because it had these blue forget-me-nots on it. And forget-me-nots, because they're blue, and I'm going with blue this year, it's going to be my symbol. And then there was one little piece I'm going to put up here like that. Okay. So that's going to go right there. And this is kind of heavy. It's a postcard. And it's kind of shiny. Maybe I'll use some Fabri-Tac on this. Yes, so that is my favorite part of the concept because we are all exactly who we should be, where we should be, at the time we should be here. And everything has led up to this point in time. Okay, I'll give that a second to dry. So forget-me-nots. And I talked about this when I got them. Ooh, where's the right top? Here it is. Let me just cap this Fabri-Tac. Stinky glue. So I talked about already the color blue, and I already talked about forget-me-nots when I got the postcard. I was so excited when I got the postcard. Gave you a little preview of what was coming. All right, so I have my word, which is believe. I have my number, which is 8 for infinity. I have my symbol, which is going to be the forget-me-not flower. Oh, so I looked up the meaning of forget-me-not. I have 2 books on the language of flowers. This is one of them. And the other one is Kate Greenaway's, Language of the Flowers. And of course, you're never going to believe what the forget-me-not, and this one's even called forget-me-not, what the forget-me-not flower means in the language of flowers. Did you guess? Of course, it means forget me not. I just thought that was funny. Sometimes I like to look up things like that. The meaning, the spiritual meaning of rocks and trees and stones and flowers. It's all very interesting. So I got my flower. What am I missing? Let's see, I got my word, my concept was the universe, infinity, which led to the number 8, the color blue. And my symbol is the forget-me-nots. Oh, and my stone of the year. Now, I need to journal about this because I went off to the rock shop to get some fossils for my niece who wants to be a paleontologist, my grandniece. And while there, I was attracted to a certain stone. And of course, it is blue because everything blue is what is attracting me right now. Blue calcite, very shiny, very sparkly. It's almost like petrified ice. It's almost like petrified ice, isn't it? Blue ice, not the crystal kind, like, you know, like quartz, but the blue kind. So that is my stone. I'm going to keep it on my table right there. And so what I did was I went to that website. I've talked about this before, and it is called Crystallized Guide. And I looked up the meaning of blue calcite, and it is inspiration, expression, and intuition, and the affirmation. So here's my affirmation for 2024. There are no limits to my creativity. I was like, oh my gosh, that is perfect. That is perfect. And I'm going to put that there. Oh, and I was going to put 16 here because this is for December 16th. In the corner. I'm just going to put that down there like that. Yeah, so, oh my gosh, I have so much journaling to do. And we've gone on adventures and, you know, the holidays, and I've got to get cracking because, believe it or not, the program that I use for video editing, iMovie, I have the pro version, but I'm not a pro. I haven't figured it out yet. It's a little bit more complicated than just doing the iMovie. But anyway, so I went to log on to edit the last video, and it told me it was full. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? I have put in so many things, you know, pictures from adventures and holidays and all kinds of things going on. Yeah, it told me it was full, and I'm like, ooh, I guess I really better make those videos so that I can clean that out and make some new ones. So I'm going to have to go back in time and do some journaling. You know, I was going to do my jar of possibilities and just pick something out and journal it. But like I said, the program is telling me that it is full and I really can't add anything else in there. So Believe means to find the magic in every moment. I believe in the universe. I believe in the magic of the moment. I believe in infinite love and energy of the universe, and that blue is associated with connecting. Connect to the universe, connect to people and places. Be connected to the place you are in. And my symbol is the forget-me-not. And I'll be using that throughout the year. That's a spring flower here. And then my stone is the blue calcite. My affirmation is there are no limits to my creativity. And there is my page for 2024. And so if you have chosen a word or a number or a color for 2024 and you would like to share it with the folks who are watching the video, you can put it in the comments below or down in the basement, as Linda D used to say, down in the basement there in the comments section. I would be very interested in knowing what you picked and why you picked it, and it'll be kind of fun to read everybody else's. So again, I just want to thank you for coming along today and say happy junk journaling and happy 2024. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.